I know many people adore this franchise and believe it to be of high quality. However, I will be explaining how the John Wick sequels fall apart one video at a time. I say sequels because the first movie is pretty good, and seeing how far this franchise has fallen is one of the reasons I hold such a disdain for every other movie in this weird quadrilogy. I will compare the sequels to the original to show how badly the later movies fail. Point 1. Super Wick. One of the defining elements of John from the first movie was his vulnerability. He's not some badass super soldier who kills everyone without breaking a sweat. He is a man who is very skilled at his job. At times, John gets outplayed, stabbed, shot. He has to overcome huge challenges to avenge his wife's last gift. He has to be crafty and cunning to avoid straight-up gunfights where he's vulnerable. Although he is a beast in a straight-up fight, he doesn't expose himself unnecessarily. John is winded and tired after the first fight in his home. He then tries to stealth kill his way through the club to get to Theon before being detected. In the club, he's stabbed and tossed off a balcony, flatbacking onto the hard disco floor 10 feet below. He has to receive medical attention from the Continental's doctor because of his little stab of alcohol. Before even given a chance to recover and rest, John has to deal with a perky would-be killer that exploits his injury. He attacks an unprepared Vigo after the church fire. He plants explosives on Theon's escape cars instead of running in, guns blazing. Hell, John is even captured with no chance of escaping on his own. In that scenario, he was outplayed. He was beaten until an old friend saved him from certain death. He's just one man, an incredibly skilled and deadly man, but still, just a man with normal human limitations. In all future installments, John is used like a punching bag that can take endless amounts of punishment. This man is the bane of all auto body shops, bending dozens of bumpers and even taking out a car cab or two. Even with all this vehicular slaughter, he simply walks it off every time. He takes thousands of punches and walks away like he didn't just get punched in the face by Asthmatic Chungus, or the 100 other mindless goons backing up the big boss. He becomes a literal bullet sponge with his tension-killing bulletproof suit. Gone are the days of protecting yourself behind cover. Now, just stand in the open and let hundreds of bullets bounce off of you. This man flings himself off a skyscraper, falling hundreds of feet down, with nothing but hard asphalt to break his fall. Yep, he still survives somehow. Every obstacle that gets in his way is just that, an obstacle. There's no tension in any of the fight scenes anymore. Sure, he may limp around for a scene or two, but then he's right back to killing. The first movie clearly established what John can handle, and based off everything we've seen in the sequels, John is practically unkillable. From horse combat, to knives, to motorcycles, to fucking sign language, John is an expert in everything. He knows how to kill people with horses, he knows how to throw every knife type in existence, regardless of their weight, blade shape, or center of mass. He can just 360 no-scope anyone with any random knife-like object. He automatically knows how to use every gun. In every movie, be it Russian, Italian, Japanese, or fucking sign language, John knows how to fluently speak whatever language he needs to at the time. I don't see how sign language makes him a more deadly assassin, but he knows it for some reason. Instead of having flaws or weaknesses that John has to account for and plan around, he can simply do everything. Everyone loves characters that know everything, especially when they are the bestest ever in all of the history. Even with all his superhuman durability, knowledge, and skill, he ends up dying at the end of the fourth movie, and it feels so out of place. We see this guy fall hundreds of feet and survive, yet one measly bullet kills him. It's like seeing Superman die to a fly after tanking a nuke. It's frustratingly inconsistent. It shows that John is only as tough as the plot needs him to be at any given moment. There are no rules or limits, there's only John, knowing everything, killing everything, and getting beat on like the redheaded stepchild. I would say he is the apex Gary Stu. Mr. Wick, the assassin who kills everyone, knows how to do everything, and can survive everything except a blind bullet. That's point 1. I will be making more videos about the many failings of the John Wick sequels in the future. With that, I hope I kept you all decently entertained.